Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Stallworth, the Traffic Lady, on a Saturday night, and I'm doing all right. Doing all right on a Saturday night, straight out the traffic center, on the road again with a crash. 7585 southbound at MLK. Have been in the right lane here for a while, but several vehicles involved. You got all these right here. I'm gonna be one myself. All these people. I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably like 8, 9, or 10 vehicles. And there's another one up here. I couldn't see that one on the traffic cameras because it's just so tucked away. But then there's another one up here that was back in the core area. So there you have it, ladies and gents. There you have it. Multi-vehicle wreck out of the way. Now they're going to sort out all the different things that go with that. Get their police report. Get with their insurance companies, etc., etc., etc. All right. Too many people are out here for me. It's on a Saturday night. You know, I like to be at home. I don't need to be running the streets. I'm not running the streets. I'm coming from work, of course. But I must say, this person's going to back up the ramp because they made the wrong turn. That is goofy. They're just out of camera range, so they're backing down the ramp because they missed their exit. Don't ever do that, please. Please and thank you. But do make the course correction. Here, there's a lesson here. That's for who I'm talking to over here. Just because you went the wrong way doesn't mean you just keep going the wrong way. You got to make the course correction, but don't make a course correction in a crazy, dangerous way to get yourself in more trouble, like them backing up the ramp. Instead of just going up here to the next exit, ride the ramps, and go to the next entrance and go back the other way. But please go where you're supposed to go, yes. So they were halfway right. They didn't keep going the wrong way like you keep doing. But they were trying to course correct, but they weren't doing it very wise. It was not very wise how they were doing it. Wouldn't be prudent to back up the ramp. It's a moving violation, number one. Safety issue, number two. And just plain goofy. By the time they back all the way up the ramp, you could have come down here, got off, got back on, went the other way, and been on their merry way. All right, you know. That's my traffic rant of the day. Back that thing up, but not up the ramp. Please and thank you. Oh, I had a really sleepy because I've been going all day. Got off late last night. No, not too late. What time did I get off last night? I got off 7 last night. But I was supposed to go in at 6 this evening. But instead I went into town at 10 this morning to the school I teach at SAE, where they had the Beat Battle Royale. La 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 la. So good. So much talent in the building, I tell you. These students are outstanding. So look for some of their Beat Battle Royale content coming up on the Flow. My streaming service, and the Overflow, my new streaming service. Watch out, baby! Come through for expansion. Ownership is everything, so your chance is coming to own your own streaming service, your own streaming apps on Roku, Fire TV, iOS, Android, Apple TV if you want, all of those, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. All right? So watch this space, or just hit me up if you want info. I got well, they both have all the bells and whistles, I gotta really say. Different price points, but certainly affordable. So yes, I'll be running promotions and stuff, getting closer to the beginning of fall. try to get some in for you by Labor Day for sure. And definitely some Black Friday specials, perhaps, if we still have enough room for new creators there. But founding creators get the best prices. That's the one that's to sign up first, okay? Alrighty. Been waiting. But not much longer. God sent me some new sand to the beach at the end of this month. So if you're going to do something, you better hurry and do it. Well, this is about to be a whole entire wrapped up in a bow. Nice and neat and lovely. Moving on. All right, well, I'll chat with you all a little later. I'm actually tired of trying to stay awake while I'm chatting with you. But, let me think. Is there anything else I want to tell you? Oh, I had the best stream ever. That the rubber had meet the road. When the rubber meets the road. And it did. And the imposter was out. And the real person was in. Officially. And to some surprise, but much fanfare and much joy of receiving the real person instead of that fake person. Oh my gosh. So if I was the real person, you were saying, why are you with the fake person? They're getting a so-so reception from the people. And you're like, I know. Everybody wants to see Stephanie. Everybody wants to see Stephanie. All right. And then the reveal. And I'm like, okay. And there it was, just like it was supposed to be. The fated meeting to be the most amazing thing ever, right? So good. I was doing traffic, and then they call out, on the scanners, police scanners. You hear all the different places where they look for crashes or other trouble on the road or what have you, or news-related items. So they're calling out some stuff down around the AUC, around Clark, Atlanta, Spelman, all that, Morehouse, and then of course Morris Brown AME College. And so my uncle went to Morris Brown. He went there early. He graduated high school early and went to Morris Brown. But we're old AME family. My grandfather on my mother's side is an AME minister and an AME church general officer. He eventually became a general officer, but before he became the general officer up in Philly for editor of Christian Recorder, he was the pastor of Flipper Temple AME Church down here in Georgia. Reverend Dr. David Norris. And so my mom was just a little girl then. So I think that was in 1934. 1934? Or 38. Maybe it was 38. 1938. So she was 2 years old when he started pastoring there. And then after that, some years later, not too many years later, but some years later, they went to up to Philly when he became a general officer for editor of the Christian Recorder. But in looking at the Flipper Temple AME church, I went there one time when I visited, probably like in 92 maybe. I came down here to visit, and I said, let me go to my grandfather's old church, my mom's family old church. And so I went, and they had, I think they had the pictures or whatever on the wall or whatever. But today I looked at the website and check the bio. Well, not the bio. That's today. Check see what they're about us. Church history. If they listed all the pastors, and they did. They had a picture with all the pastors up on it, and then they wrote about the pastors as they were in. I don't know which number he was, but he was one of the early ones, obviously, in the 30s and 40s. But he, with God's grace, they burnt the mortgage and renovated and rebuilt and all of that stuff, right? And so, like I said, because my access is blocked to you and to who I'm talking to here, and to have presence with you because of fake jealous people. No, real jealous people who are fakes. They're very jealous but very fake. Because of that, you don't know the key to the source of the gold dust and how to get that mortgage burnt at the church. Why? Because you allow fake people in your energy to distract you from your assignment. You could have had that thing done, even with all the millions that are on it. Yes, indeed. So, they retired the mortgage there and did all the renovations. I think the church had burnt down initially before he got there. So they were worshiping out of the parsonage for a while, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, did really great things in the About Us section. I was like, okay, grandfather, I love it, I love it. And then to go up a generation, or down a generation, I guess I would call it, to my mother's brother, Bishop Richard Franklin Norris, son of Reverend Dr. David Norris, Reverend Dr. Richard Franklin Norris, Bishop Norris. He was all over the place. How you get reassigned to different places in AME Church. I remember him in Macedonia. I remember him Flushing, Long Island. I remember him all over. Then I remember the wonderful appointment to Mother Bethel. Well, he was at St. Matthew, of course, my home church in Philadelphia for many, many years. My mother's church, my church. And then was elected bishop. Just like Reverend Vernon R. Bird was elected bishop from the same church. All right, St. Matthew. That's my church in Philly. So, Uncle Richard at Mother Bethel did all the, wonderful things there and the renovations and all those things. But at St. Matthew also refurbished the organ, that great, wonderful organ, put all those fantastic trumpets up that go with it. So awesome, right? So come on now. You sit here playing with some fake, phony stuff when you could be doing some real stuff where you are now. That will have your early beginnings, which were amazing, pale in comparison. But you keep playing with people who can't help you. What are you doing? I mean, really, seriously, just wondering. Just trying to find out, what are you really doing? Because you could have burned that mortgage by now, brother. Huh? With just what you already currently have. And it ain't no give me thousands and 10,000s this week. It's what you already have. God gave you the whole blueprint, but you won't even access it. You think you in the cat's meow seat, and you are not. I have instructions for you, and you're not even trying to get them. So I'm just saying. Church mortgage burning's in my blood, brother. So I'm gonna help you get that done. But you want to be hoodwinked, bamboozled, and run amok. You apparently like that thing. you like being sunned, if you like being told what to do and puppeted, I know you said you got no strings, but that's not the only kind of puppet. There's other kinds of puppets, including ventriloquist dummies. You don't want to be that. Or you got to say what they say for you to say. And you do. But let's not do that anymore, shall we not? Can we break free? Strings or no strings, you're still being puppeted. Let's get you stronger. And really, in my heart of hearts, in my spirit, I believe you're already strong and you're doing some stuff. But can't tell for sure on my end. Maybe in the 3D, maybe in the 5D, but not in the 3D. If it's in the 3D, it's very quiet as kept. But I'm the one that needs to daggum know, because I'm about to go. I'll make some greener pastures, honey, some calmer waters, because this is some bullshit. Some security trying to knock me down in the sanctuary, well, in the outer vestibule, in the narthex. They called it at Ebenezer AME Church in the narthex. How you gonna have your security knock down an old lady? Like a linebacker. He was a linebacker. And didn't even say sorry. So he meant to do it. Who assigned him to do that? That's back around Christmas of 2025. Either the service right before, probably the service right before Christmas 2025. And that was bad. My shoulder still aches from that. That's why you got a case coming. You better come on, talk to a girl. So you're gonna find out the hard way. And we don't want that for you. You don't need no more trouble at the river. You got enough trouble on your own. You got trouble in your house. That crazy trick you got going on in there. Woo-wee. To declare. Where'd you get that one? Oh. It's a disaster area. Lowering the standard for what women should be. What we should aspire to. Especially ones that is coming straight out of the unsaved world. They think it's just the same as the unsaved world is the same. Saved world is the same. Because that's what that trick makes it look like. It's a doggone distraction. Just a distraction. Ooh, a trick of the enemy. A whole trick. That trick over there. You're trying to make a trick into a housewife. That's where you went wrong. That's why you're having such trouble right now. That's why you look 20 years older. Look. We all get older, but doggone. If you're in the best thing in your life, you should be looking dewy fresh, my guy. Only one dewy fresh looking is that trick. And are the hips God-made or man-made? That's the other question everybody was asking the other day. Like, you bringing the hips into the pulpit. They ain't even God-made hips. Come on, tell the truth. So, really? Where's the trick? And who fell for it? Because, child, honey, child, please. It's all team too much to me. And is. So hurry up about yourself, because it's about to go down. And if you're still connected to that trick, when it goes down, you are going down with her. Because the truth is coming out. Oh, it's already really out. But it will be widely known. And you don't want to be part of that. Trust and believe. It's all right. It's all right. Am I making myself perfectly clear? Let's be clear. Clear! Shocking your heart back to life over here with the electric shock paddles. The doctor says, clear! Clear! And let's be clear. Shock you back to life. Heart comes back into rhythm, and then you are alive, baby, alive. Come on over here where we alive. What you make? Over there with that dead energy. The old, ugly, nasty, dirty, filthy, disgusting, evil, self-serving energy that you have with their hands around your neck, brother. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. How'd you get into that mess? Lord. Nobody else bought the cow, man. Why would you? People don't care about that thing that you think that they care about so much. Yeah, they want to see it, but they don't want to live with no agony in the house all day. Because you got a lovely to look at and an agony all around you all the daggone time. You don't have a moment's peace up in that house with that lovely looking non-treasure. Because they a piece of work. They are definitely not here for you. They're absolutely here for themselves. But you know it now. They got their digs in all you. Every picture they got their digs in you. They just grabbing onto you and holding you. You ain't doing nothing. You just sitting there like, They just got themselves wrapped around you like the snake that they are. They're the whole snake, a whole trick of the enemy. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Right? So tricky. You knew I was a spy. Not a spy. You knew I was a snake when you picked me up. And I always say, my pastor in my church is grounded. You and you. Pastor Bryant and all pastors. Jamal Bryant and all pastors. Do your earlier sermons, or I should say, do your current sermons minister to your future self? Your future selves. So, for example, Dr. Jamal Bryant, your first sermon when you came to New Birth, preached December 2018. December 8th, 2018, the day the Lord said to me, the first day I walked into that church, knocked me down in the sanctuary. Everything went quiet, and I heard in a deep booming voice, "This is yours." And I was like, what? And then all the sound came back. I got up, and I'm like, what was that? So on that day, sir, get back to the lecture at hand, just remind you what really happened that day that you didn't know about. What happened that day is you gave a sermon titled "Bite Me." And you talk about, you knew I was a snake when you picked me up. Did that sermon, December 2018, minister to your future self? Because you picked up a whole snake and they bit you. And you knew there was a snake when you picked her up. You knew she was a snake when you picked her up, but you still did. But she looked so nice. She seemed so sweet. She looked like I wanted to look, but she a whole snake. A whole venomous snake. Or that famous sermon, Doctors for Dr. Bryant, Jamal Bryant, that famous sermon where you said these hoes ain't loyal. Did that prior sermon minister to your future self today? When you said, you will regret the day that you didn't listen to that woman that God sent you. And we don't mean the snake either. God sent you the woman who gave you the message or the info that you need to know. And you made a choice to not listen and get yourself into a whole mess anyway, and did. And the question is, does that minister to your future self? You will regret the day you didn't listen to that woman that God sent you. Huh? It's okay to admit these things. I mean, we gotta grow. We can't stay the same. You've been the same 30 years? And you still gonna dig your heels down, double, triple down, and still be the same? It's time for some growth. You feign growth, you understand growth, but you're not behaving growth. Because you're doing your growth things in the broken space that you set up for yourself, instead of doing your growth things in the abundant space that God created for you in place. Peoples and things, right? People's, places, and things. People, places, and things. So, you're not all the way where you need to be. taking your pristine new shoes or Jordans, whatever you cherish, and running out in the mud with them. Or getting your new suede shoes wet in a puddle. Yeah, my new shoes. I'm in my new shoes. I'm operating in my new shoes. Yes. But you still take them to the place where they don't belong. You're taking your newly skilled self, your new understanding of love, life, relationships, whatever, into the same old nasty pig pen that you've been in. Or as you call animals. The same thing we use with the animals. Instead of where it really belongs. It's out of place. It's out of line. It is not permitted. Do you have a permit? No. You don't have a permit to put these things in that dirty place. So you will never level all the way up, even though you talk about all the lessons you learned and I'm new this and I'm new all of that, but you're in the same old stupid spot. So you can never access all that comes with the leveling up because you're in a place that doesn't support it. Oh my gosh. You're an iPhone 1. You have iPhone, whatever the newest iPhone is, 16, 15, 19, 29, who knows? I don't do iPhones right now. You have the newest iPhone with all the bells and whistles and understanding of how life should work and how relationships work and, getting your emotional intelligence together and standing up for yourself and all of the things, but you're operating in the old iOS system that doesn't support it and can't handle it, but you insist on using it there. That means you're not effective at all. Are you hearing me, iPhone people? You can't be effective in iOS 1. I don't know what iOS operating system levels are. You are not effective there. If you're a Windows person, you're doing what do we have? Windows 11 now, something like that. I don't know. And you're in like Windows 5. I don't know. When is there Windows 5? I don't know. You're in Windows 1. You're in DOS. You're in dot matrix printer, and you're trying to laser print a photo. You got a laser a photo that's best in laser printer or 3D printed thing, and you're trying to print it on a dot matrix printer. It doesn't support it. That trick doesn't support the new you. It's not made for it. It's a problem. All right. Okay. So again, let's burn the mortgage, shall we? Keep acting like you think it's gonna be us. You don't do the right things to make it be us. You're responsible for this stuff. And I was just telling one of my students the other day. Same thing I probably shared with you before. But because they're in the space that they gotta do this, gotta do that. But it's mostly about them, so the quiet is kept. They're not really saying it, but I'll do it later. I know I'm supposed to do this. I know God said to do this. So I'll do it later. You'll do it later. God said to do it, so you just do it. Who do you really trust, right? I guess you trust yourself more than God because you don't trust what He said. He's the manufacturer. You said Betty Crocker follow instructions for best results. You don't even follow instructions. So instead of being in the I know I'm supposed to do, I will eventually, I'm not going to do it right now. I think I want to do this thing first. And I was at a thing, someone said something so close to that, and I'm going to find it and play the clip, but I don't have it with me right now. But I was talking to my student, and I know I'm supposed to do this. God said I need to do this, and I just haven't done it yet. Just kind of this and that. And I'm like, listen, you scuffing your feet, I say this all the time, scuff your feet, scuffing up your church shoes, dragging your feet, because you don't feel like doing it today for yourself, right? Because, all right, I'll do it. And you think it's just for you. Whatever he tells you to do is not just for you or not just for me. What he tells me to do. That's why I'm so obedient, because what he tells me to do is not just for me. Yes, I want what he says will be when I'm obedient, but that doesn't make me do it right away until I make up my mind that I'm going to do whatever he says to do right away, whether it makes sense to me or not. Now, the thing is, it's not just for me. It's not just for my student, what God told him to do. What God told you to do is not just for you. Oh, I'm going to do it, but first I want to have fun with this trick first, right? No, you can't, because it's not just for you. So anything that you, in doing what God said and being obedient right away, would expedite a blessing of someone 10 degrees away from you. So what you do to bless your congregation, give them info, whatever it is, opportunity, groceries, whatever it is that you do, a word, whatever it is, blesses that person. And then they may share it and it may bless that person, or it may make something possible in this person's life that helps them to do something for somebody else. Even if it's not directly for them, maybe they start a new opportunity that helps people, or whatever it is, we don't even know what it is. And that's just one person away from you. And how many people that whatever they do helps because of what you did, that they hooked on to, and then they ended up doing and creating and being all that they should do, create and be, and it's spread out to other people, and each of those other people who did not delay the obedience that God told them to have also are blessing people. And so because you don't do what he says to do when he says to do it, those people that you're supposed to bless are still waiting for their blessing. These are faithful people. I'm not talking about people who just don't pay attention to God. I'm talking about faithful people that believe God. I believe God. And because I believe God, I'm waiting for what God said is to come for me, and I'm still waiting after all this time because people are not obedient. So you got to understand, it's not just about you. It's about you being obedient to what God said, and all that comes from that you don't even know is going to spill over into someone else's life, that's going to spill over into the next person's life from them, and from that second person to the third and the fifth, and then spread out to 5 other people who also spread it out to 5 other people. And then by the 10th, 12th, 15th generation of this thing is some person somewhere waiting for a blessing that God promised them, but they don't even know that the initiation came from you being obedient to God. So because you're not obedient to God, not in your own time, when he says it, you wait all these years and you don't be obedient, how many people are you responsible for not getting a blessing that God said because of what God, he's got the ultimate plan. So if he knew that you were supposed to do a certain thing, make a certain decision at a certain time when he told you what it was, and you did not, but connected to you following what he said and making the decision he said is for you, how many people you would have blessed by now. And even if it wasn't, he don't have you bless them. By you making the decisions, people see certain things that they are not seeing because you didn't make the decision you're supposed to make. So therefore, plans that God had, you ruined them. Huh? How you ruin God's plans for other people? Because you're not obedient to your part. We all play a part. You understand? We all play our part. Play your part. Play your part. It's a players club anthem. Players anthem, whatever that's called. But we ain't calling my God. God ain't no player. But we are players. We play our part. We're part of this team. And if you don't play your part on the team, you're trying to do something else, your own play, nobody wins. We can't win with that. You know what I mean? So that's the thing we're talking about. That's the thing we're talking about. That's the thing we're talking about. How much would I have wanted my mom to be alive to see come to fruition what God promised me? How much would I want her to be here for that? How much would you want your mom to be here for that? You want her to be here for the fake thing. Imagine if she was here for the real thing. You know what I mean? So you got to stop and think of what you're doing and how it's affecting not just you, but people you never will meet. You don't even know these people exist. And when you decide, okay, I'm going to be obedient, God, I messed up, so let me get it right, it's all going to fall into place. It's all going to be something that you never even hoped, dreamed, or imagined, because you can't fathom it. But you went and did the okey doke and said, God's going to forgive me. He's a forgiving God. So I'm gonna pick what I like to look at. And what you like to look at is rotten on the inside. And it is killing you and killing your whole ministry. So, something to think about. Something to think about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love? Bonnie Raitt. People are talking about people. Let's give them something to talk about. They want to talk anyway. That trick blocked your blessing. And you got bamboozled, hook, rig, run amok, and they tricked you out your spot. They think they tricked your real person out their spot. They tricked you out your spot. Anything. They want anything for you except you being with the one God said. The one God said was for you. They want anything but that. That's why they will never give up. But you have to just get your scissors and cut. Or they might have to get carried out. They got to get carried out. They ain't going to leave willingly. They ain't even going to leave under duress. You got to get them carried out and get a doggone restraining order. Because, ooh-wee, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And messing in with what God had already set up on the this is yours. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, my faithful. People are faithful and believe God and what God can do. And how God sets things up and orchestrates it. If you haven't experienced it, keep on living and being obedient to what he says when he says it, and you will experience the exact same thing. It could be nothing but God. It's going to blow your mind. When you see it, you can't unsee it. Just like when you see the snake that you picked up. And even though you don't think you're getting bit, you're getting bit. You knew there was a snake when you picked him up. And you said, I'm not, God sent you a non-snake. And you said, nah, I'm going to rock with the snake. I like how the snake slithers around. Yeah, I'm going to go with a snake. Why don't I? Or, I'm not worthy of anything but a snake, so, because I'm a snake, so I'm going to be a snake. I'm going to be a snake with a snake. And we'll just make it rock, make it work, make it look sexy and fine. But nah, how does it feel? Feel like bloody crap, don't it? The wrath of the Hesperus. Whatever that is. All right, I'm going in. Give me some rest. Love, hugs, pats, and all of that. Heart, eyes, and everything. I thank you for everything. I thank him for everything. Hope Jonathan Nelson sings that tomorrow. I thank him for everything. I thank God for everything. I thank him for everything. And it's about to go down, boy. That dream was so good. Ooh-wee. It was just like that. It said, nope, you can't get to me. You can't have the blessing you're supposed to have until you fix this one thing. There was something that I had left I left something where I shouldn't leave it, or it was like I put something down to make it permanent that shouldn't have been permanent, and I had to remove it before the doors open for my true blessing. So maybe that's a message for somebody. Something you put in there to make permanent in the church. It was in the church. I was in the church. And something I made permanent in the church, like a permanent fixture in the church. Like I had nailed some wood or put some wood down somewhere in the church, and it was permanently affixed. And God said, you can't have what you're supposed to get until you remove that. You shouldn't have put that there, because you put that there. You can't have what you want. You can't have what you're supposed to have. I mean, because you put that there. Now, that ain't nothing. It doesn't hurt anything. And I'm like, oh, let me just take it up. And I took it up, and then all of the doors, the puzzle lock opened. It was all great. And the changes occurred, and everything was lined right back up with the will of the Lord for my life. So here's the message. Something that you made a permanent fixture at the church. You made this thing or a person or things or whatever a permanent fixture at the church, and you think it's not bothering anybody. It's no big deal. This thing was no big deal to me that I put in there. Small thing. We're still doing what we're doing. And God said, nope, until you remove that thing that you made a permanent fixture, because you put it there permanently, you blocked everything that I have for you. That's the dream I had. So if this resonates with you, do something with it. And so finally I said, okay, I'm going to remove it then. Fine. I'm going to act like it wasn't there. Here's a picture. It's not there anymore. And there was still some residue of it there, but it was enough to be not there. The residue, I said, oh, that'll wipe off. That'll come off. That residue will come off. I think I glued it there or something. So the residue will come off. We'll get the residue off. And so, but sent the proof of a picture that it's no longer there. It's not a permanent fixture. It's not there anymore. I removed it. And then all of a sudden, every door opened that God promised me in ways that I couldn't have even imagined, right? It was a little unfamiliar, uncomfortable at first for it to really be happening after waiting so long. But then all of a sudden it was just real and it was good. And there was no turning back because it was just so amazing. Like, wow. So the message, I guess, is if you're thinking, if you put something in place in the church as a permanent fixture that God didn't say to put there, and he said you can't have what you're supposed to have because you didn't remove it, then remove it and watch God work. Watch God work. Because, after that, it was like everything. It was easy. It was effortless. All of the things, including you burning your church mortgage, including all of the things, including all of the things. That's all I can say. There's 184 acres waiting for you. And I'm not talking about church acres. I'm talking about real estate. And I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. But you won't make contact. Or you'll allow the snake to block your contact, the distraction to keep you from what God has for you. So what am I supposed to do? Get them up and move into the next thing. Because there are people who want what God has for them, as it's connected to me. So, hey, that's all I can say. All right. I'll see you guys on the next video. And I'll see you on the next video. Hey, listen. I speak the truth in love. I'm not mad. I just wish you hurry up and y'all do what you're supposed to do. Including one person in particular here, I'm talking to. So please and thank you. Do what you're supposed to do. So let's get this party started right. It's all good. But hey, if you think that's what it is, what you got, then hey, I wish you well. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna tell you this thing that'll leave. I've been working at 95.5 WSB. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB since last October. It's coming up on a year. Be a year in less than 2 months. And the schedule, to say the least, is quite grueling compared to me working from home over at V103. Work from home 5 in the morning till 10, full-time benefits, all that. Now I'm working for less income, more hours and got to go in there 5 or 6 days a week for part-time. No benefits and not enough income, right? But I love it. It's enjoyable. It's what I do. Great place and all that. But since the pandemic, we've been home, and usually I'm the one saying, all right, y'all, see you later, going to work. Da, da, da. So my oldest son, he's like, all right, I'm going to go do so-and-so. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I'll be at work. I got to work from, whatever to whatever. And he's like, whatever crazy hours. He goes, good luck with that. No, he don't say good luck with that. He says, have fun with that. I don't even know why I started talking about that. Have fun with that. I don't even know why I said that to you. Have fun with that. Have fun with what you're having fun with. Because I'm going to have some fun. Some real fun. And you stuck in a crazy spot. Have fun with that. That's what it is. If you decide that that's not what you don't want to do what God said, then you want to stay where you are, that's what I would say. Have fun with that. Because we living a good life over here, brother. I don't know what you mean. It's love, hugs, and pats. It's not I'll put a knot on your head like that trick tell you. You kidding me? It's a crazy old trick, boy. They need to be evaluated. Shucks. I don't even know. I don't even want to get into it, but oh my Lord. Glory to God. Have fun with that. Love, hugs, pats, all of that, all right, everything, because we're going to have a good time over here. Come on, let's have a good time in the Lord. Who's that? Stephen Hurd, Minister Stephen Hurd, another one of my DC favorites, DMV favorites. Good time. Gonna have a good time. Good time. Gonna have a good time. We used to go to Ebenezer with Minister Stephen Hurd. We went there. Good time, good time, good time. Gonna have a good time. Come on, let's have a good time in the Lord. In the Lord. In the Lord. Come have a good time in the Lord. Over here, you ain't having no good time in the Lord. Over there, you was tense and uptight. You could barely doggone make it. Woo, child. Come on, let's have a good time in the Lord, or have fun with that. Because we having a good time in the Lord over here. Shut the door. Keep out the devil. Shut the door. You got to carry them out. Carry it out. With no fanfare. No chance to say goodbye. Just like your 5 leaders got sent on their way with no chance to say goodbye. From Khalees Lemons. You try to demote him so that the fake fraud you applaud could take his title, and did. Now she's executive pastor. Vincent Powell, in charge of the media ministry, gone. So now she's in charge of creative experience. Come on, you following the pattern? Peep the pattern. It's a whole long game manipulation grift, church grift that trick did. Okay, who else is gone? Dr. Warren Hawkins, your youth leader that you gave such fanfare and well worth it, well due to him. And then he gone. No goodbye, no nothing. No, oh, by the way, they're moving on. Just out the back door. Deactivate the key card. Whatever it is that y'all do. Sailor. You need to ask Sailor some stuff. I don't know if he's going to tell you the truth. He knows. He knows where everything buried on this one. With that trick you got, because she got in cahoots with him. And her little sister come up to me, telling me that I got Sailor want to talk to me about something. And Sailor start acting all crazy with me on the phone. Come on now. We don't have that kind of relationship, me and him. So all of a sudden, when he hooked up underneath of her, she got him doing some sabotage stuff to treat me some kind of way. Got your security getting on me? I ain't do nothing. I'm trying to walk out the door. Your security tackle me? No. Problem. It's a systematic dismantle of what God had you to build. And then the 5th person held on the longest. Kervance Ross. How's he going with no goodbye? Tell me what happened there. That's my video. Doctoring documents. or that fake trick you got up there did some fake stuff to make people have to be gone. So just like those 5 leaders had to leave and no one had a chance to say goodbye to the congregation, she got to go. Same way. Carry them out the back. Nobody gonna see her, and they're not permitted on premises anymore. They do not have a permit. They're not permitted. Just like the pastor, preacher, whoever came in, blasted on in the lobby area that Sunday. They didn't come in the sanctuary, but they weren't. They were escorted off campus after doing all of that very calmly. But they said they were told if they come back, they'll be arrested. That trick is running a disorder through your organization the same way, silently directing it. And I should say, as Bishop Earl Carter says, or Dr. Earl Carter says, it has been reported to me that your staff is walking on eggshells around that doggone trick. And she don't care, because she do it in front of the congregation. Y'all report to me now. You better watch it. All y'all fired, to the musicians. Or you know, who that over there? Who said, come on. Because they love their jobs, these people. And they're there to do God's work. But since you let this trick take everyone else's job and title, send all your leadership team out, so they're the highest on the leadership team, plus they got your ear every night, and the pillow talk. These people who are faithful servants are scared to be number 6. So they're going to toe the company line that trick puts out. And none will tell you a thing because they're scared of what she'll do. Are you following what I'm telling you? Let's be clear. Okay? So when it's time for them to go, and it's time, they can be gone just to silently slip away just like everybody else. Like, oh, where's so-and-so? Like, she been gone a whole week. Let her be gone a whole nother week and a whole nother week, but never come back. And then you change up. And everything is different and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Because why should they be granted the chance to give a celebrity farewell bologna sandwich when the really good leaders, the really good people in there who were really there to do God's will, got sent out the back door like they were nobody? Pause. Does anyone have an answer for that? That's why I got blocked when I posted the video. What happened to all these people? Block. But I'm not the only one asking the question. Plenty of people are asking the question. I'm just the only one that's going to actually say it. Anyway. Come on, let's have a good time in the Lord. Let's give him something to talk about. How about love? How about love? People are talking about people. Come on, Bonnie Raitt. I got you, babe. I saw Sonny and Cher. saw Sonny and Cher on a video from the beginning of their show. Oh my gosh, Cher's so beautiful. Sonny, so sunny. I love that. We used to watch that show. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. They sell love, won't pay the rent. I don't know if all that's true, but you got me, and baby, baby, I got you, baby, da, 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 da. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Nothing has ever felt like this. Nothing has ever felt like this. Nothing has ever meant the whole world to me. There's going to be a royal wedding this year. There is going to be a royal wedding this year. It's God ordained. And the question is, will you do just what he said? Or will you keep dragging your feet, scuffing up your church shoes, and blocking your blessing and other people's blessings and destinies? That's all I want to know. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm free and easy. I don't need to be scared over here. I say what I'm supposed to say, but hey, I'm still easy to chat with. All right? All right. Have fun with that. Love, hugs, and pass, all of that. Heart, eyes, and everything. And yeah, let's give them something to talk about. Let's see what you do on Sunday. I love you. See you later. Let's see if you're having fun with it or if you're breaking free. In Jesus' name. Amen. Love you. Bye.